Hello and welcome to Kingdom Come Deliverance II, or what I'd like to think of as the Adventures of Henry. What? Dude, what's been your problem today? You seem to have had a problem. You, well, that's a relief. I thought he was... I mean, that's a shrine, and I thought he was gonna, like, you know what. Anyway. Now, I'm trying to remember what it is we were doing. That's my inventory. It's no use looking in the inventory. We'll have a look at it here. Right, gotcha. So, I have got to find... Oh, that's interesting. Anyway, I've got to find evidence against Vavak, I think it is, yeah. Basically, it's a case of... If memory serves, and usually it doesn't, we've got some mines around here where they're mining, I believe, silver here as well. And the suspicion is he's up to no good. Apparently he's getting a lot more money, strangely enough, and they're not quite sure why. Now, we had a chat with the miners, and it's a case of they're digging up a certain amount of ore, but it's what's been recorded isn't accurate. So the idea is we need to talk to two people. One who's responsible for doing the counting, I think, and the other one who's responsible for the recording.
Christ, what a day.
Oh, okay. Right, so this is Foreman Fett. Let's have a look-see. So Foreman Fett. Right, so it's suspected that he's falsifying the records. Herman, on the other hand, he's the one who actually does the counting, I believe. So as far as I'm aware, we need to get these two to confess that they're helping Vavak. In return, we won't get them prosecuted, because, yeah, the consequences would be bad. Tell you what, have I got anything that can make me a bit better? Let's have a look. No, poison's not really the solution, I don't think. So I could do that one. Yeah, we could do that one. Because then that would make it base... Oh, no, that's for your... Well, it increases your speech by 5, so I might be able to have a better chance of persuading them. Yeah, let's do that. Right, because we already know that the amount of silver that's been extracted doesn't match what's been recorded.
A word, Foreman.
Who are you? And what do you want?
I'm Henry. But that's not important. Sir Christian sent me. I need to discuss a delicate matter with you.
Don't tell me one of the yakkers shat all over the outhouse in the yard again.
I'm afraid it's a little worse than that. We found some discrepancies in the mine book.
Let Sir Christian handle it then. They're his books, and his responsibility too.
Okay, you do know that you'll swing if you're found guilty.
To steal silver from the king is a most serious crime. Punishable by death.
Why are you telling me this?
I learned that the miners extracted no less than 100 corves on the Feast of St. Petronilla, but the mine book says 90.
Do you think the yakkers know how to count? They're blockheads, and they like to show off. I'm sure they just exaggerated. Anyway, what's it to you? Did the steward send you to snoop around? Don't you know? I work for Vavak, the mint master himself. I'm under his protection.
We both know something stinks about this. But you're lucky. Sir Christian says if you tell us everything, no one except us will know.
I've nothing to say to you.
Ooh, well, I could threaten them. I could persuade them, I suppose, with that. Yeah, let's appeal to him on that side that he's just being used.
We know you're just a pawn. Someone bigger is behind this, and that's who we're after. If you help us, you'll be on our side, and nothing bad will happen to you.
Why, sir, I reckon I'll have to take your word for it. What choice do I have anyway? As soon as I was made head gaffer, Amara, who works at the smelting works in Grund, came to me. He said someone wanted to talk to me. One of them. So I met this fella in the tavern in Grund, and he told me how it all works. How to cook the books like. He told me the trick was not to report some of the extracted ore, and transport it secretly to the smelters, along with the rest. He made it very clear, if I didn't play along, I could have an accident. There was nothing I could do.
That's understandable when your life's in danger. Okay, so how long has this been going on then?
How long has this been going on?
For some time now, definitely. I heard even former head gaffer Kircher was in on it too.
Where can I find him?
You can't ask Kircher any questions. He fell down a shaft. They say he was drunk. But I don't think it was an accident.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you there. So, who exactly gives you money?
Who pays you on the side? You have to pay the miners for what they actually extracted.
I get the extra chink from the smelting works. It's enough for the yakkers and for Herman.
And who was that fella that you were talking about?
Who was that fella from the smelter who came to you?
He never told me his name, even when I asked. He's a tall bloke, stocky, pockmarked. I don't scare easy, but this bloke was terrifying.
Yeah, I think Vavak's a bit more clever, but it's worth asking. I mean, do you know if Vavak's behind this?
Do you think the Mint Master, Ulrich Vavak, is behind this?
I don't know. I've got naught bad to say about Vavak. He treats me canny whenever he shows up. He says if Christian gives us hassle, he'd sooner replace him than me. He really said that. The Mint Master himself.
All right. Just carry on as if nothing's happened. No one must find out we know about the fraud. Christian won't give you any trouble, nor will anyone else. Is that clear?
Clear as a bell, Mara. I'll be silent as the grave.
Okay, so we know somebody's involved. Probably have to find out who. The last person disappeared, shall we say, because he sounds like somebody threw him down a shaft. So you're not surprising, to be fair.
My respect.
Oh, just the person I would like to talk to. Yeah, we need to have a bit of a chat here.
We need to talk, Herman.
And who might you be?
Henry. But that's not important. Sir Christian sent me. We found some discrepancies in the mine book.
Discrepancies?
How do you explain that the miners extracted 100 cores of ore on the Feast of St. Petronilla, but the book only says 90?
If it says 90, there must have been 90. The book does not lie.
Okay, well, someone's lying.
In that case, someone else must be lying.
Or someone just cannot count. Why are you bothering me with this? Foreman Fett counts the corpse here. Go and talk to him instead.
Bit too late for that. He confessed to everything.
Ah, so you know it is not my fault. It was Fett's idea. He came to me saying we were going to deliver more corpses to the smelters than we would report, and I would get paid for it. It was going well. I have always paid for what we put in the book. Then I got some geld from Fett on the side. On the Feast of St. Petronilla, I was afraid they would be able to tell the difference. 10 corves is 10 corves after all. Nobody at the smelting works cared at all. I am sure they are in on it too.
Okay, so you're just in the loop then, aren't you? So how long's this been going on?
How long has this been going on?
Several months, maybe half a year. About since Sigismund arrived.
Well, what a coincidence. And do you know if Bavak's behind this?
Is Ulrich Vavak behind this?
The Mint Master? I have no idea. I am a mere assayer. I have never even met Vavak.
So Christian and I agreed to investigate the matter in secret. So just act like nothing's going on. Keep doing what you're doing. We don't want to scare off the people who are actually responsible. Understand?
Yeah, I understand. I will be as silent as the grave.
Interesting. That's two of them who've said they're going to be as silent as the grave. Right. $64 million question is... stop causing mischief. Where's Christian? Because he should be around. But obviously there's somebody higher up. Presumably at the smelter. Who's doing this, and I'm assuming Vavak's probably...
Good day to you.
Doing it. Hello.
Give my greetings to Christian. And don't forget a torch.
Okay. Not sure why I want a torch in the daylight, but, you know, each for their own. Presumably you're up at a level. So you can't pin this on Vavak yet, so I think we're going to have to go and see somebody else. Where are you? Okay, so I've had a conversation with both Fett and
I
Herman.
talked to Fett and Herman.
And? Did they confess?
They did. I mean, I made them. It's just as we thought. The trail leads to the smelting works.
Did you tell them to keep quiet and act as if nothing's happening?
I did.
Let's see what we've got so far. Those 10 unreported Govs leave for the smelting works from here. If silver's going missing, that's where it must be happening. You'll have to go and look around and talk to the owner, Buresh. I reckon that'll be tricky, though.
How so?
Buresh is a very cautious and clever man. I reckon he won't be happy to have someone snooping around his property. But he's the only one who can give you permission to walk round the smelting works without the guards bothering you.
Something like your letter of safe conduct. How can I persuade him to give me one?
Like I said, it won't be easy. Nevertheless, I found a way you could gain his trust, at least a little. You'll pretend to be a nobleman interested in buying some smelting works, who'd like to get a closer look at his operation.
I've already passed myself off as a nobleman here, so it won't be new to me.
But be careful. Buresh won't be as easily fooled as the simple pitman here. You'll have to dress like a real nobleman. That means no plate armor, or, God forbid, bloody rags. But listen, don't carry a weapon. Buresh has a morbid fear of someone threatening him. That's why he has a bodyguard with him at all times. You must come to him dressed to the nines and act impeccably, so as not to arouse the slightest suspicion. In short, be charismatic as you can manage.
Well, I would say we're kind of like dressed to the nines already, but go on, what should I wear?
What should I wear?
Like I said, some decent clothes. I reckon you can imagine what those look like. If you don't have anything of the sort, visit a tailor in town. I'm sure he can sell you something nice. If you're charismatic enough, Buresh is sure to believe your intentions are good. And make sure you wash up before you go. You can't go and see him looking like some dung-soiled peasant.
Okay. So, is there anything I particularly need to know?
What else should I know about the smelting works before I go?
In the smelting works, ore from the mines is crushed, ground, and then smelted. They extract silver along with all sorts of other materials from it. Then they give part of the silver to the king for the minting of groschen and sell off the rest, along with the other materials, to craftsmen.
Okay, that makes sense. And anything you can tell me about this Buresh?
What should I know about this Buresh before I talk to him?
He's the slyest fox of them all. He comes from somewhere in Moravia, and he moved to Kuttenberg a few years ago. He started to prosper soon after, and not even Sigismund's arrival stopped him. He quickly joined his side. Now he's doing better and better. But whether that means he's involved in something shady, who knows?
Okay, I understand.
I got it. I'm ready to go.
Here, I've written you a letter of introduction to take with you and give to Buresh. I reckon he won't be thrilled, but he won't turn you down. Ask him discreetly, in passing, how many corves he took from our mines on the feast of Saint Petronella. If my guess is correct, it should be 90. It still doesn't prove anything, but at least it'll give us a clue. You could get something out of the workers. One of them is bound to know something. When you're in the smelting works, keep your eyes peeled. I'm sure something is going on there. Good luck, Henry.
Yeah, that's going to be the tricky part is... it's like... it's going to be hard enough. I mean, yeah, it's somebody... Was it Fed, I believe, who mentioned that there was somebody... who gave us a kind of description who this person was. That's been dealing with him. Oh, speaking of kind, have I got any food for you, Dougie? Don't think you'd be particularly wanted. Oh, I've got a smoke. Oh, I've got some. Okay, you've done that.
Look what I have for you.
Yeah, have a sausage. You're a butcher's dog. You're bound to like sausage. Right. What about you? Tell you what. I don't think I've got anything that you'll be interested in. I mean, I suppose I could... I mean... yeah, I don't think you'd be in... well, you might be. Do you want to eat that? I'm going to assume that you ate that. Because you're drinking out of the truck and I'm assuming you're eating the apples. Whatever it was I gave. Yeah. I'm assuming Pebbles likes that. Right, come on then. I'm assuming we've got to go somewhere. Let's have a look-see. So that's further up. So this is Grund, where... yeah, reputation isn't exactly brilliant. Now is it? Yeah, it's that way. So this is going to be a bit tricky trying to get Vavaku implicated in all this, but it's not necessarily that this person we're going to be speaking to knows anything. It might be the other person that we get information out of, but somebody must know. Right, oh, hold on, tick. Let us not wear that. So that's that. So let's... so that's... what is that then? Because I'm assuming... that's weapon slot 1. So then there's the dagger. Because he did say and warn us he won't like it if we've got a weapon.
You silly doggy.
I'm not so sure about silly, but he's definitely a doggy. Right, so we need to go there. So that's the smelter, and that is Burrish. Probably want to talk to them first. I'm going to assume... is this the tavern here? This looks like a tavern. That's not what I was looking for. No. Apologies. Apparently I have no idea where I'm going. I'm new around here. I didn't pay much attention to where I was going. This does not look like a tavern to me. Maybe it's a tavern then. It's further back than on the left. So, there we go. Presumably up here then. Right, so you... that's... you stay there?
At your service, sir.
And at yours.
Oh, I suppose so.
Right, okay, so I'm already clean. I don't need to get cleaner. Right, so I need to speak to Burish. He seems to be visiting the tavern by the looks of it. Yes, it's not necessary that they're in on this. Just they might be. Possibly. Maybe.
Greetings, Master Buresh. I'm Henry of Scallis.
Nice clothes. You've got good taste.
Thank you, Goodman. Likewise, Christian of Pisek sent me. I'm supposed to give you this letter with his testimonial.
Skalitz, you say? That's where the royal mines are. Am I right?
You are. Unfortunately, the mining has ceased since King Sigismund's attack.
That truly is unfortunate. Christian writes that your family is interested in running a smelter. But I'm not selling any.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, I just want to take a look though.
I know. I just want to see what it looks like in the smelting works.
Well, if Sir Christian wishes it, I won't deny you the opportunity. With this letter of safe conduct, you'll be able to move around unfettered. The guards will recognize my seal. But I don't want you disturbing the workers with any unnecessary questions. If you want to know anything, ask me.
Understandable. Understandable. So, what happens then in the smelting works?
Can you tell me what happens with the mined ore in the smelting works?
We weigh in the delivered ore and crush it so that it can be sorted for roasting. Roasting mainly separates sulfur from the ore, which is why the place smells like hell itself. Then the roasted material is smelted in the furnace and the slag is separated from the matte. The smelting process is repeated until we're left with pure metal. It's then cast into bars that can be sold. After we've given the royal share to the king, that is.
That makes a lot of sense. A lot of sense. And how many cores do you actually process, per day?
How many cores of ore do you process here per day?
We don't measure in corves here. I have several ore merchants working for me. They buy ore from various mines. When they deliver it here, we don't measure it by the corf, but weigh by the quintal. We process a large amount here, up to several thousand quintals a day in total.
Wowzers, that's a lot. But, I mean, how much do you actually make then?
How much silver does that make?
That, of course, depends on the quality of the ore we process that day. 20 quintals of ore usually yield about a pound of raw silver. That then yields a harivna of pure silver. We can make between 100 and 200 harivnas of pure silver per day.
Interesting. And out of curiosity, I mean, just throwing an example out there, I mean, how many corves were actually delivered here on the feast of, St. Petronilla?
How many corves were delivered from Horshan, say, on the feast of St. Petronilla?
Why from Horsham, of all places?
Because I visited the mine, actually.
I visited the mine there. They told me they'd extracted quite a large amount.
You're lucky. I have an excellent memory. It was a lot indeed. 90 corves.
Wow, that's a lot. And I'm interested in the actual process because of the, well, let's say legalities, but is it possible for any silver to actually go missing? I mean, how meticulous are you in this process?
Can any silver go missing from here?
That's impossible. Everything is carefully weighed and recorded. Every step is counted and checked. Besides, molten silver is rather hard to steal. Once it's cast into bars, we keep them safe under lock and key.
Oh, understandable. Okay, well, thanks for your time.
God be with you, Goodman.
Don't forget, there are limits to my permission. And above all, mind you don't have an accident. Smelters are dangerous places. Farewell, my friend.
Yes, indeed. Come on, no, doggy, don't even think about it. Come on, Mutt.
Come here.
What? Come on.
Come and take your pick.
Come here, dude. Don't want any mischief. I'm just saying. Tell you what, come over here. Just on the off chance. Come on.
Sit. Stay.
Stay put. You don't sit, but just, you know, stay there. Just don't cause any mischief. Yeah, good boy. I'm glad you kind of picked up the sit bit. Right. Now that is interesting. So he's corroborated that 90. So he's presumably, possibly, going by the books. So officially, 90 corves were delivered. But we know that 100 were actually processed. So it doesn't necessarily mean he's in the loop. So you're just a hired hand. Let's go and have a chat with the guard.
Good to see you.
Greetings.
Okay. I was going to ask him if I could come in here and have a look, but he didn't seem to compare. So we've got all this stuff coming in here. It's all going through the process, which makes sense. I would have expected sort of like some sort of like cauldrons and what have you. It's cool. Oh.
At your service.
Yeah. Just a barn for horses. I'm sure they do it in a way to hide everything in a subtle way. I'm just kind of like interested in seeing if somebody's like leaving people notes or something. Just out of curiosity. Because I'm highly suspicious, I'm just saying. So I'm assuming this is where folks will sleep. I don't want to get into that yet. I mean, I could do, but let's try and keep it official. Because if I start going through locks, someone's going to get highly suspicious when I leave
At your service,
and
sir.
finds this chests have been opened up. Ah, right, okay, so we've got... This is what I would have thought, yeah, this is what I was expecting over here. Yeah, I'm trying to leave conversations with the workers until last. Because I'm trying to find out how somebody could get a certain amount in. I mean, it is possible to bring in more than they say, because it's just the books.
Oh, it's bloody hot. And it stinks. I reckon nobody could steal anything from here. Oh, it's bloody hot. And it stinks. I reckon nobody could steal anything from here. Oh, it's bloody hot. And it stinks. I reckon nobody could steal anything from here.
Yeah, because the thing is, even if you did bring in more than you said, how would you then get that out? It's as if somebody must... It must run quite deep. And that, you know, there's quite a few people involved in the chain, because it's the, I mean, that's the whole thing, is whereabouts in the chain is this discrepancy, shall we say? Because you think think somebody would know. Because at some point, that difference has to be accounted for. And I'm going to assume it's at the end. So this is the guard tower. Yeah, it's a hard lock. I would assume we'll get right to the end. So you bring in an excess amount and then you skim it off at the end. Because they'll know how much gets made.
May God give you health, sir.
Thanks. You should know at the end how much is going to get made out of, say, like 90 cores. Just have a chat with him. You don't mind my asking, what exactly does your job entail?
What does your job actually entail?
You mean smelting? Well, in the scrusher we scrush the ore brought from the mound and chuck it in the furnace. Then we shovel charcoal until the stone gets proper roasting and leaks all the metal that was hidden inside. We do that over and over in other furnaces till we get pure silver out of the ore.
Aye, that makes sense. And, you know, I mean, do you enjoy working here?
How do you like working in the smelter?
Aye, can't complain at all, sir. We get a nice pile of chink from the yield and we're dry and warm.
Aye, aye, man. What can you tell me about Burish, just out of curiosity?
What can you tell me about Master Buresh?
I can't complain about him, sir. He's an honest bloke, and he pays us well, from what I've heard from the other smelters. It's a lot worse elsewhere, like.
Ah, canny lad, eh? So, have you noticed anything suspicious by any chance?
Have you noticed anything suspicious around here?
Nothing. Nothing at all. I graft all day. No time for looking around.
Nothing. And you didn't happen to notice if any silver would go missing, would you?
Does any silver go missing from here?
Here? In our smelter? That would mean some of our lads are involved and... You get the rope for that. Look, Sonny, I don't want anything to do with this. Have a chat with Shima over there. He's not afraid of anything.
Pockmarked. I'm looking for somebody who's pockmarked. So you're a smelter.
So this is how they crush ore in bulk. A quarf here, a quarf there. Now I can see why no one found the large quantity strange.
Yeah, presumably they just dump it in. That's why I'm thinking it'll probably get skimmed at the top. You know exactly how much you're going to get at the end. Well, you don't, because he's Burish said you don't necessarily know. That depends on the quantity.
So this is how they crush ore in bulk. A quarf here, a quarf there. Now I can see why no one found the large quantity strange.
It's not as if somebody could, like, just take a small amount out and then smelt it separately, unless there was some sort of holiday fee.
All the delivered ore is here in one place. Nothing suspicious. It looks like it must be pure silver that's going missing.
Yeah, that's all I can think of. They just get some sort of estimate based on the delivery and then just skim off the top. It's the only way I can see you doing it.
My respects.
Oh, you're Shima. So you're the one called Shima, are you?
Are you the fella they call Shima?
You have no business being here. What do you want?
I'm told you know something about the silver that keeps going missing from the smelters.
Me? I don't know what you were told. Meet me outside in a while. Now you'd better get out of here before the guards see you. Fuck. I have to have a piss. You take over here, lads. I'll be right back.
Part of me is suspicious and thinks... I'm going to end up in a fight. Why do I get that impression? I thought you were supposed to stay. What happened to stay? Dude, I thought I said stay. Either he's going to tell me what's going on, or I'm going to end up in a bit of a fight with somebody. So I think I'll follow him a bit, but I might have to change into my armour. Well, that's what I was beginning to suspect. I mean, you're going to deliver a certain amount of stuff. I mean, how would you separate that 10 corves out? Just on the off chance. Just in case this goes pear-shaped.
Well, can you talk now?
Who are you, fella?
My name's Henry.
I'm Henry.
Pleased to meet you. Why are you here, Henry? Surely you didn't come to investigate the theft of silver on your own accord?
That's right.
That's right.
Why should I talk to you about such things? How can I know it's not a trap?
Ooh, I could give him some money, but... Could kind of sweet talk it, but... Well, let's just try and weasel our way out of this and say we're doing it as part of an investigation.
Look, I know my way around silver mining. I'm conducting an expert investigation. Justice is blind. If someone's bypassing the production process just to stuff their purse, they're hurting more than just the king. Especially you, the grafters, the yackers and smelters. And that pisses me off, because I'm actually one of you.
Right. I reckon you could be. Listen up, then. It's Volkmar. He's the head smelter. He's worked with us for years. Recently, he bought stables here in Grund, out of the blue. The entire stables. Where do you think he got the money? It's all very suspicious, because he's the one with the best access to the finished silver bars. If you want to find out where the silver keeps going missing, go to him. I'll bet you he knows a thing or two about it. But be careful, and keep a weapon close. People like him can be vicious.
Thank you.
Okay, well, I do have some questions, though, if you don't mind. So what exactly do you do?
What does your job entail?
Here in the smelter, the extracted ore turns into pure silver right under our hands. Bloody miracle, right? Horse shit. It's an awful, filthy fucking graft for a few miserable groschen. If I could, I'd fuck off somewhere over the hills. But I've a family, and they don't ask me what I really want.
Okay. So, probably a dumb question given what you just told me, but... I mean... How do you actually like working in the smelter then?
How do you like working in the smelter?
It's a shitty fucking job. My back aches something awful from shoveling heaps of ore back and forth. You're always breathing stive from the furnace, and then you cough your soul out after the shift is over. We'll all be crippled wrecks in a few years. That's how it is.
So ain't exactly good. And what can you tell me about Buresh?
What can you tell me about Master Buresh?
Listen, all folks like him care about is lining their purses. They don't care if we break our backs because of it. On the other hand, I don't think it's any better anywhere else.
Same process probably wherever you go. And what exactly does happen to the silver from these smelters?
What happens to the silver from the smelting works?
The bars are kept under lock and key in a safe place until a merchant or the blokes from the mint come and get them. Only the owner of the smelter and a handful of select people have access to them, such as the foreman of the works who checks the purity.
That would make sense then. Thanks. Okay, I was expecting he might be involved in it and he might well, go somewhere where we go there into problems, but yeah, that makes a lot more sense then if we've got dealing with somebody higher up the food chain, shall we say. And that's highly suspicious if he's been able to get a barn set up all this time. So yeah, so they won't know there's just a load of ore comes in, it gets all processed, so it's gotta be done at the top, surely. It's gotta be. Alright, let's have a chat with him and see, because ultimately we don't really care. We're interested in Vavak. Okay. But the trouble is we could be getting into bad territory. I mean, one thing I've noticed, I haven't seen this. He said he was possibly be him. I think who was it? Was Fett, I think it was, who was talking about somebody who came to visit him from the actual smelter. And he had a pockmarked face. That's a nice horse. So, just on the off chance. Actually, what's my charisma like? 30. Okay, I think we're good.
Are you Volkmar?
I'm not.
Horseshit. I know these stables are yours.
You must be the snoop who's sticking his nose in everything.
I beg your pardon?
Well, well, well. Don't think we don't know you've been snooping around. We've had our eyes on you ever since you came to Grund. Fortunately, Master Buresh warned me about you in time.
Oh.
Your investigation ends. Right here and now.
You shouldn't have stuck your nose in here, pal. Grund is ours.
Take him down!
Ooh. Oh, come on.
Wait. I demand an honourable duel. It's my right. I'm a knight, not some miserable bandit.
If that's your last wish, go. He wants a duel. He'll have one. You're mine!
Okay. Right, let's have a chat with you then. Come on, spit it out.
Now, spill the beans. You're responsible for stealing the king's silver?
Not me. It's Buresh. If I didn't play along with him, I'd lose my job. All my life. It's true. As Volkmar is my name, I swear on everything that's holy.
Seriously, so... Just start from the beginning. Just tell me everything.
Take it from the beginning.
As head smelter, I test the quality of the silver that's been smelted every day. I have unrestricted access to it. One day, Buresh came to me and said he had an offer for me. He said if I accepted, he'd make me rich. He gave me his man to assist me. I'd take some of the king's silver bars and add them to Buresh's yield. The books were cooked, so no one found out anything. Everything was going well, and Buresh was happy. A few weeks later, he sent me to the mines. I was supposed to make a deal with the new foreman, Fett, and pay him off. In the end, I had to force him to cooperate, just like Buresh forced me. Oh, with threats.
So, well, why didn't he just take it himself?
Why didn't Buresh take the silver himself? Why did he need you?
The Mint Master's men watch over the transport of the king's silver. They take turns. Buresh had it all figured out.
So where does the silver go then?
Moving on, where does the unreported silver go?
There are mined-out shafts near Old Kutna, where nobody ever goes. Buresh has a secret mint in one of them.
Interesting. And is Vavak involved by any chance?
Did Buresh ever mention that Mint Master Vavak was involved in it?
Not in front of me. Maybe his guard, Little Neri, knew something. But you won't be able to ask him anything anymore.
So, what they're making then are fake coins?
They counterfeit coins in there?
Yeah, I suppose so. But what they actually do there, I've no idea. I've never been there. Buresh only told me about the mint a while ago. He wanted to send me there for some reason, so he drew me a map.
Okay, well, hand it over.
Give me the map.
Yeah, if you take the road to Old Kutner, you'll reach the place where the abandoned shafts are. The entrance to the mint is somewhere around there. Look here. Can I ask you a question? Why are you doing this anyway?
Okay, I'll come clean. I need evidence against Vavak.
I'm convinced Mint Master Vavak is somehow involved in the whole affair. I'm looking for proof.
No, I can't help you there. I never heard Burrish say nothing about Vavak. Now you have the map, and since I told you everything, will you let me go? Please? I know I wanted to, you know, but I was just scared is all. Please let me go, please. Stables be damned, just let me go.
All right, you can go.
Thank you. I'll never forget this. I'll go to Kuttenberg and get fixed up there somehow. And if we meet again, I'll make it up to you. I swear, you're a good, merciful man. God be with you.
Now, that could, of course, go against me. To be fair, I mean, I'm just saying. It could go horribly wrong. Ah, so this is a little nary. Oh, please tell me you've got some documentation on you. Oh, that could be interesting. Don't need any of those. Can't be bothered with any of those. Interesting. Now the trouble is, word's going to get out. Who are you, by the way? So you're aggro. So when do you like aggro? Interesting. I prefer my pebbles, just in case, you know. Oh, cool. Oh, cool. Never mind. Let's not be doing that. But that isn't... What's that? Okay. That is interesting. So, yeah, that could come back to bite me now that I've... Because Burrish has been keeping an eye on me. And now he knows. The trouble is, if he's involved with Vavak, he could go running to him and spill the beans. On the other hand...
Good to see you.
Greetings.
On the other hand, I've got to assume... Who's looking for me? Could quite possibly just be the people whose door I unlock. To be fair. I mean, I did unlock somebody's door and it suddenly might have got up and then suddenly found that the door's like unlocked and it's like, hang on a minute. You wouldn't happen to know where Master Burrish is.
I'm looking for Master Burrish.
You won't find him here. He had to leave, and he was in a real hurry.
You wouldn't happen to know where he went, do you?
Do you know where Burrish might have gone?
You think a powerful man like that would confide in me? He rode off like the wind towards Old Kutner.
Got you. I know where he's gone. So how goes
I'll
it?
gaze it and keep.
Shitty. Absolutely shitty, just so you know. Exactly same shit as yesterday. And I can't wait to see how shitty it's going to be tomorrow.
Okay, surely it can't. I mean, it can't be that bad. You're not the one working in the smelter.
That can't be so bad, can it?
Give me grief too, why don't you? What do you know about how bad things are for me?
Right, I understand. It can't get any worse. So what happened then?
Ugh, a pack of filth has taken a liking to my tavern. They come in here like they own the place. Make a mess and steal. They hold nothing sacred. The poor women have to lock themselves away. They're godless swine.
And do the guards not get involved? I'm assuming not.
And the guards do nothing about it.
Phew. Without orders, they won't do a thing. And Lord Buresh, who pulls the strings round here, may be a good customer, but won't lift a finger as the year is long.
Any chance I could help?
And how many of them are there? Maybe I could help you get rid of them. For a few groschen.
Lad, you'd need a company of pikemen for that. There's only 6 or 7 that come in here. But I hear they have a camp in the woods, and who knows how many of them are there.
So a large band.
A band of brutes, led by a fella they call Eggman. And he's a right brute. Former soldier, they say.
And what kind of... Actually, what kind of name's Eggman?
Eggman? What kind of a name is that?
They say he can crack your head open like an egg with a single blow. But I figure it's because he stinks like a rotten egg. Got breath like a beggar's ballsack. I can always smell his band coming a mile away.
I'll tell you what. Leave it to me.
I'll take care of that riffraff.
By yourself? What are you gonna do?
These bands usually don't last long without a leader. I suspect if I get rid of Eggman, the others will leave you be.
Damn it, lad. You certainly have some courage. Taking them on alone, but if you managed, it would help me greatly.
You said something about a camp where they hide. Do you know where it is?
Yeah. But they're always yelling at me to go and get them there, if I've got the balls. You must go northwest from the village, across a stream and then around the big yard where the smelters are. A bit further, still in the same direction, there's a little woods in the middle of a meadow. That's where those bastards hide.
Hold on. I know that camp.
Really?
And there used to be an odd group there. Also bandits, led by a fellow with an arrow in his head. But they're long gone. Your Eggman must have occupied it after them.
Well, excellent. Then you know where to go. But there's still one more thing. I got myself a little potion. I wanted to pour it into their drinks. Next time those swine show themselves. You know what I mean, right? To get rid of them. Maybe you'll find it handy.
Fine. I'll take it. Anything else?
Yeah. Once you take care of Eggman, bring me some proof. Not that I don't trust you, just so I can sleep calmly at night.
Fear not. I'm thorough at my work. And what kind of proof do you have in mind?
I'll leave that up to you. You'll certainly think of something. Just don't bring me any cut-off ears. Got it? So, good luck, and be careful.
Now that's a pity. That is exactly what I was thinking of, to be fair. Right, I saw Mutt run around there. So where has he gone then? Unless he got bored and ran off.
Come here!
Oh, there you are, Dougie.
You have a kind master, eh, Dougie?
You silly mutt.
Right, come on, my furry friend. Where's the horse? There he is. Oh, she is. Right, come on. So, yes, I know. It's one of those days. It's been one of those days. What am I saying? It's always one of those days. So that's the secret mint somewhere over there. And that's where the thugs are. Well, for now, I'm just going to focus on... If I can find it. I'm going to focus on those problems with the mint. Because that's interesting, that. Actually, I want to double back on myself, don't I? Take the left. So that's interesting, that. So that's what he's done. He's set up a separate mint. So they're skimming off the top. So that kind of makes sense. I mean, that could come back to bite me now. To be fair. By letting him go. Yeah. I don't know, I mean, the way Christian was putting it, it's a case of, well, you don't want to... Well, we're only interested in Valak, so it's a case of let the other ones walk. I mean, like... from what I understand, Fett was pressured into it. He was threatened. And so was he, so it's a case of... I mean, what do you do in those sort of circumstances? If someone's threatening your life, you just go along with it, you don't have any choice. But yeah, that could well come back and bite me where it hurts. Right, so there's a shrine, which looks familiar. It's still further on than... Oh, I think that's where there's boar. Yeah, I think this is a boar hunting spot. Right, okay. So we're going to keep plodding along here. So there's a... I've got to... You've got to think that Burreshard would probably go to his mint. This secret mint that he's been running in a shaft. Destroy it all and all evidence.
Whoa! Whoa!
Yeah, destroy all evidence of it. Or it might be a case of he expects me to turn up here. I don't think that's it, though. He expects me to turn up, so he might have an interesting visit for me. He might be just lying in wait for me to turn up, because it's just me. I was kind of hoping to just go back to see Christian and get him to, you know, send some guards or something, because it's now that we know about a secret mint, I would have liked to think we can then start to send the officials in. But if they're on the take as well, you don't necessarily know who's involved. You just know that the head of the smelter was involved. It's kind of odd because I mean, well, kind of odd because I'm thinking there was, who was it? It was yeah, Fett told me that somebody came to visit him, so that was the guy we've just been speaking to.
Whoa! Whoa!
Okay. Okay, this could get tricky.
Whoa! Whoa!
How do you get a private area? I mean, there's a knight there. This could come back to bite me where it hurts. I mean, I know it's private, but I'll have a chat. But yeah, I mean, so far we know that Fett was involved, plus, who was it that was... doesn't specifically say. Nope. Yeah, somewhere else, but it was the two of them that we spoke to were involved. Then it's got up as far as the head of the smelter. So who is this then? I know it's private, but
you can't just stroll around here without so much as a by your leave.
I'm going.
Get going right now. You see, it didn't even hurt.
I'm going. This is tricky because I'm going somewhere where I'm not allowed. Yeah, so I can't realistically just walk in there. I could end up in a whole heap of trouble because I'm going based on assumptions here. And I'm thinking maybe I'm going to have to sneak in there at night. Have a bit of a poke around. I mean, it's interesting, that guy was armed to the teeth. I mean, I could have probably taken care of him. At least I think I could. But then it's a case of that could come back on me if if it goes higher up the chain. I mean, we're making an assumption that Babak's behind it. Let's say he's not, but he actually owns that. And I take care of somebody, and then that's not, that could end up swinging for them. Ooh. This is tricky.
I was never meant to be a warrior.
Get up now!
Stop screaming, for the love of God.
I was a peasant. My place was around the forge. Or the pub.
Drinks around the house!
But adventure found me. And I found this lot.
Watch out, watch out, here we go. Henry, our hero Henry, the fellow who helps his fellow man. His fellow man!
I only hope I live long enough to avenge the ones I lost.
No doubt you've got a cunning plan for us to get out of here, right?
You chose a different path than I wanted for you. And maybe that's how it was meant to be. But once you've chosen the path of adventure, you have to fight. There they are. Well, now we're really fucked. You have to fight till the bitter end.
The most adventure I was expecting was a fuck or two.